So the REE Modelers HOE, HOM De Dion rail cars have arrived. So they're convertible between the 12mm gauge that they're delivered on to 9mm gauge, and I'll show you that in a bit. We have got a die-cast chassis with a plastic body, a super flush windows. I think the whole body is actually clear, and then they paint it. And they've painted it so there's no light bleed, so there is a good coverage of paint there. It does have interior lights and does illuminate quite well from about 30% power onwards. It's got a tiny cam motor, so that's hidden in the floor. It does only have a single rear red light and double white lights on the front. The real thing was designed to run always in the forward direction. I think they could reverse, but the radiator stops being effective in reverse, so the Railbus needed to be turned, and they did this with a jacking mechanism. So they would lower a frame from the bottom, lift the whole Railbus and swing it round, and I think there's a film on my website showing that happening. So very, very cheap rail vehicle, great for distant communities, and a real, really full of character, this little autobus. Has got an X18 decoder socket, and again I'll show the interior and things in a bit. So I've just quickly put one of the DCC sound ones on, just to look at the interior lighting. It's a constant level. It's neatly done, it's not too overpowering given the period of operation of these vehicles. The DCC sound ones do have a power pack, so that also helps them. Yes, the lighting levels are quite pleasant, and the interior detail really good. Okay, so it is possible to open them to install figures. There's actually luggage back there, I hadn't realised, and to fit a chip. When opening the body, there are 4 locating clips. It's probably better to see them off. So there's one there by the back door, and then mirrored opposite. Those clips have a tendency to hang up on the seating, so you'll get them unclipped from their slot there, and then they reclip here. So I think it's worthwhile maybe just getting some scrap packing material, some thin plastic card. This is actually old window strip from something, and just feed it in to keep the latches spread, and just push that all the way up. If you cut 4 of them, then you can stop the latches catching on the seats. And then, yes, the seats themselves have latches, so you just unclip that and that will lift off, allowing access to the various installations. I think there's room for a speaker at the front. It sits somewhere. It might sit under there on the sound versions. But yeah, just a conventional DCC Next 18 socket at the back there. The lighting strip remains in the top there, and 3 contacts touch these contacts here at the back, so when it comes to reinstalling it, it will just slide over. Again, you might need your spreaders to help, and it will then push down. Okay, so here's the contents of the parts bag. You've got the 9mm wheel sets there. You've got a model rear coupling, which just replaces the rear buffer on this. It's just like a spring clip. And then there are spare parts, so the brake hoses, the cosmetic couplings, a spare set of horns. This is a different version, but yeah, sorry, I picked up 2 locos here. Let's go for this one, that's the one that came from. And the little hook underneath the front there's a spare one of those as well. Quite nicely thought out. So replacing the wheels is not too bad, but there are a couple of things to watch out for. So the rear axle is sprung here, so I think you have to just spread this carrier. Quite nice, it's also got compensation, so there's tilt on the rear axle. So it's 3-point compensation, basically means that the loco should always have most of the wheels on the track at all times, even on rough track. And then the front set are held by this keeper plate here, and these spring clips hold that on. When you release that, it will probably release the pickups as well, so the pickups contact at the wheel bearings, at the pinpoints. I'm pretty sure those are just going to drop out as well once I release this plate. Okay, so it is very much like the Billard rail cars they did. These are the pickup contacts with the wheel bearing pinpoints, and you have to remove them to remove the wheels, so just be aware of that. That's the little keeper plate. And you can see there's 2 wheels with gears and 1 without, so that's the trailing wheel. And then the 9mm versions of those wheels there. And yes, the rear one just springs in. The other one, the pickup contacts come out. Let's try and pick one up. And it slides in there, forming the bearings and the pickups. So just be aware to reassemble it exactly the same way that you took it apart. Okay, so the closer track is 9mm, the rear track is 12mm. Oops. And if I lift the loco up, you can see the 9mm wheels.